All right, so for the little lambs, I have a beautiful illustration, and I would like to show you this beautiful flower garden. Um, what do you think, children? Is this a beautiful garden with so many flowers and so many varieties? And wouldn't you like to be there and smell those flowers and be able to see them and touch them and see all the differences that they have? And just the colors, and to see also the butterflies being able to go there. Isn't it like when you go into a garden, people are so happy and they're just like feel so much better, and they get more peaceful as they come in God's nature and as they see these beautiful flowers. And this truly reminds me of heaven, and it reminds me of the beautiful flowers. Imagine how Eden was, and how beautiful and how fragrant those smells, that are probably even better than the flowers that we have today. But God still allowed us to have the flowers and to be able to smell them. And in this next picture here, this is a weed garden. Now, this is not as beautiful as that other garden. Like when people come through a weed garden, they just want to go very fast, and it's like, I don't want to be here. I just want to go past it. People don't stop and smell the roses because there's none. People don't stop just to watch anything because everything is kind of like getting dry, and it's just ugly. And, probably you wouldn't want to be there much either. There's not really much to do. Like some of those weeds, they actually stick to your clothes, and then it's so hard to get them off. And it's sometimes there's even poisonous plants. And what would you do there? Well, that's not the same thing as the garden. And the garden, having a flower garden, it's kind of like, imagine that you have that flower garden in you, that your mind and your heart is kind of like you're growing a garden, and you can choose to either have a flowery garden, a beautiful garden, or a weed garden. And what does that mean? Well, when we have a flowery garden in our hearts, that means that we are nice to our parents, that we love to read the Bible, we love to go out and be kind to one another. And the more we do that, the more flowers we grow. And every time people come around, they're like, wow, this child is very good. It really reminds me of how Christ was when he was younger. And wouldn't you want to be like Christ when he was your age? Because Christ was your age once, and he truly had a beautiful garden in his heart. And every time people would pass by, they would be like smelling this fragrant garden, and people could find joy, people could find peace. And wouldn't you want to be like that beautiful garden instead of that weed garden, and that is just like, so like people are like, no, I want to be out of there. I don't want those sticky things to get on my clothes. I don't want any poisonous plants. Seems like things are dying here. And that's when we're actually not being as nice with people, not being nice with our parents, and not listening, and not choosing to pray and to read the Bible. But the same thing with the garden, we want to take care of it, because weeds can grow very wild, but flowers, we need to take the time and plant the seed, water the seed, and then those flowers will grow beautiful. So we have to take care of them. So every day you need to take care of the garden of your heart, and every day you go out and say, how can I be kinder to my parents? How can I be kinder to my friends? How can I be able to pray more and to have a strong relationship with my friend Jesus? And that's how we can actually grow that garden daily in our hearts. And sometimes those weeds may come up, but because you are choosing to grow your garden, your flower garden daily, you're gonna see those weeds and you can pluck them out. So that means that whenever you're feeling like you want to be unkind to your parents or not very nice with your siblings, then you'll be able to pluck those weeds out by saying, I'm sorry, can you please forgive me for my words? and different things like that we can do to be able to grow our gardens. And the Bible in Ephesians 4:29, it says that let no corrupt communication proceed out of your mouth, but that which is good to use of edifying, that it may minister grace unto the hearers. And what does that mean? Well, is that all our words, everything that we say to our parents, even a thank you and I love you, or things like that it can actually edify, that can actually help others grow their gardens in their hearts too. Wouldn't you like to help your mom and dad and siblings to grow their gardens in their heart as you help them, as you tell them nice things, and as you tell them thank you and being good? Well, the same thing, we can just edify them and we can actually help them build their gardens. And in Psalms 19:14, it says, let the words of my mouth and the meditation of my heart be acceptable in thy sight, O Lord, my strength and my redeemer. So we want everything that we say, we want that they may be acceptable in God's eyes, because he always is watching your words, and he's watching your garden, and he's watching, are you actually taking care of your garden? Are you actually taking care of your weeds? And he's able to give you the strength to be able to take those weeds out, because sometimes the roots are kind of going deep. But Christ is able to help you as you pray to him and as you choose to take care of your garden every day.